It's crazy to think there are actually no laws here. You're going to get your head beaten in by the people with the gangs, and the police are going to come after you.
Like Miami Vice, you know. Right. Peace and love.
Good morning and welcome to day 3 of the vlog in Copenhagen. Yeah, it's just completely blue sky. Go get breakfast at the same market again because the breakfast there was so nice. And then later we'll be going to the hippie commune, Freetown. We want to cycle to the market because everyone seems to be cycling here. We found some bikes. Alright, so that's my bike. We've got the lock sorted. Alright, we're cycling now. My hands are so cold. I feel like I'm gonna fall off. Alright, we're back at the market getting some breakfast. Although it's 12 o'clock, we got out of bed very late. Alright, we got the same breakfast as yesterday. We've got a pain au chocolat and a mango smoothie bowl. Alright, we are here now at this place, and we're going to here, Freetown Christiania. It's a 40-minute cycle. Alright, we've been cycling for about 15 minutes. It is lovely. It's beautiful. Such a good way to see the city. I'm really interested in the whole kind of hippie culture. Studying it in GCSE history. And to see an actual real-life hippie commune. It's something that not many people can say they've experienced. I think this might be the only one in the world left. And it's really cool. Ideally I wanted an interview some of the hippies, a family. But, I don't know, it might be a bit dodgy. But I see what it's like. So, my sister and I have entered Freetown Christiania. It's an crazy experience. We walked through for about 5 minutes, and we literally got offered every under the sun from these sellers. Over there's a big sign saying no filming on the green light district, which is just that street ahead. So when a different part of it, just the shops, looking around, there's everything here is that you can buy, like chewing gum, chocolate within it. Such a crazy experience. It was quite funny because we walked through from like some back alley and we ended up, yeah, it stinks as well, but we ended up on the green light district, this main street, and there's all these men in like balaclavas and stuff, like asking my sister and I, like, oh, do you want some of this? We just had to politely decline. Something completely new. Here we got like vendors selling all very hippie outfits, you know, all flowery costumes. You can get literally everything here. It's crazy to think there are actually no laws here, but this is in London with no laws. You know what would happen? People would just be out with knives and guns and stuff. But here, people are just more respectful. They don't want violence. All they want is just a peaceful way of life. The people on the Green Light District look a bit dodgy. But yeah, don't think Lau and I will be trying any of the anything here. I want to talk to some people and see, you know, how they come to be here and understand their kind of way of life.
No. Can you see the sign there? No.
No, come on. Alright, so we've just been inside for about, what, like 10 minutes inside the commune. Yeah, people are not really happy with my camera. So many people come up to me and ask me what my camera is. So I think I'm going to switch to my iPhone, film on there, because it's carrying around this DSLR camera with like a big microphone. He'll come up to me and ask me to start filming. I want to try and get a clip of the Green Light District, but it's going to be really hard to, because there's so many people watching me. But they are literally selling everything in there. It's such a weird experience. I've read online that the Green Light District got shut down and they'd stopped selling everything. It's all open up again. There's literally anything under the sun you can find in there. There's probably about 25 different vendors all selling different stuff. But it's heaving. People are buying everything there. But it's a new experience so far, new culture, something new. Very different to us in Copenhagen, almost completely different. I'm gonna get back in. I'm gonna try do some spy camera footage on my phone. Put this camera away. I'm not gonna get it out. I don't want to get attacked. Yeah, I don't want to get sent to prison.
Someone.
Yeah, that probably will.
You know, we occupied this place.
Yeah.
I wasn't here at that time.
Right.
I came 6 years later. It was abandoned by the military from 68 to 69. You know, people went over the fence and just stole everything there was to steal. And they took a photographer with them. They made this flag, which is red with 3 yellow dots, that symbolize Christiania.
Oh, is this that thing there?
Yeah. They walked around many hours here, and they didn't see a soul, you know. So they thought that the police would come and arrest them and throw them out of here. But nothing happened. So the next day he wrote in his paper why not immigrate with tram number 8 to Båtsmansträde 43, like Miami Vice, you know.
Right. do they realise that the police are coming, so they hide everything? Like,
What? Yeah, but it is one street called Pusher Street, but Christiania is quite a large place, you know, and there's many people with different interests. There's 50 different companies or people who make things here. I make ceramics. I have nothing to do with it.
You make what, sir?
I make ceramic. So we also pay taxes and everything.
Wow.
No weapon, no violence, no biking colors, and peace and love and everything like that.
Right, so we just asked an incredible woman who's lived here, I don't know how many she said, like 10, 15 years I'd reckon. And she's a tourist information, and we just asked her loads of questions. And it turns out they do have some laws they follow. There's 9 laws. The main law, what was the main law? No private vehicles allowed. I think everyone bikes in it. And the second law was no hard but apparently the police come very often and frequently and raid it. But I think the people know when they're coming, and so they can hide it all quite quickly. Or is it like feed your turtle, all these weird laws. But they do have like 9 laws they follow. And apparently there's a lot of gang violence in there, because she was saying that a lot of gangs come in and sell their... The only sellers who are allowed to sell are the people who live in Christiania. And like, you're not allowed bulletproof vests, because apparently there was a lot of shooting. And some guy was found like dead under some cement or concrete. I don't think they're going to be going back along that street again, but apparently it's a much bigger place. Apparently there's 50 different kind of families who live inside full time, and the kind of the Greenlight district, only one aspect of it. Like the lady we met was selling ceramics, and it's just an alternative lifestyle. So I think a lot of Christiania gets kind of really bad press, but actually it's much more than just selling. There's literally there's little shops, there's little cafes. Everyone's just living a very different way of life, and they still pay their taxes, which I find really interesting. About the history of Christiania, so it started out as a military base in 1971. The military base was abandoned, and a small group of people, all kind of hippies, came here, and then the police came and they couldn't find anyone. Like, it was very attractive for people to come here and live here, so all the hippies kind of congregated in this Freetown, and they made their own laws and stuff, and completely kind of differentiated themselves from the rest of Copenhagen or Denmark. At the end of the day, I mean, the police know they're selling there. If they wanted to, they'd come now. I think there's a kind of a mutual respect between them, that they allow them to live their life, as long as they're not causing violence or causing harm to other people, other citizens, as long as it's a safe place. Because Copenhagen is a very liberal and progressive city, so is Denmark and Scandinavia. But I think the police respect that they are allowed to do it in this kind of confined area. As long as they don't bring it out into the rest of Copenhagen, it's okay. But now we're going to go back in. Now in the main market area, loads of like little small stalls. This feels much safer, much more relaxed. There's like little winter hats, little lamps, little wooden crafts. This is quite nice. Someone specialised in something else. So you've got like shoemakers here, you've got like toy makers, you've got here loafer makers, traditional loafers, wall boots. So everything all handmade as well. Some people that might be selling, some people that might be selling wooden boots. So everyone's got a mix and their own thing they specialise in. Because on the media and the news, all you see is that Christiania is the capital. You can get, it's free to, it's legal to get, but actually coming here, it's a completely different story. There's only 2 streets, and Christiania is massive. There's only 2 streets where that is actually happening and going on. Now, from watching this, hopefully some of you will realise, like, if you've heard of Freetown Christiania, but even before, now realise it's not just a drug trade area. It's actually a very kind of peaceful, hippie commune. They sell literally everything in it. And what I've seen is that you have to have a pet turtle to live here. So everyone has one turtle and they feed the turtle. I mean, that is about as hip as you can get. It's what you see in the movies is actually true. The hippies are like that. Literally, you can buy anything in it. It's like Amazon, but for the Christiana hippies.
Hello, amigo. Can I tell you? You go a look.
Yeah. Okay. I'll only take photos of this.
Yeah, but here, brother, if you take it here, that guys, you know, to lift you, but that area, all over, you take it, okay? I advise you only that, because the guy is...
I've literally just got my camera to take some photos of not even the Greenlight district, just the sign of it. And the guys come up to me and said, if you film in there, you're going to get your head beaten in by the people, by the gangs, and the police are going to come after you. So that woke me up. I think we're going to leave now. I think we've had our time here. People are looking at me weirdly. But yeah, I think it's time to go because I need to leave before I get my head beaten in. We're out of the Freetown, back on the high street, and for lunch we've been seeing a lot of these like hot dog vendors, and they look quite popular. So we're gonna give them a go. They have like street food. We've got the Lotus and Nutella crepe. Alright, well the hot dogs were so nice. They're one of the nicest hot dogs I've had. They were so cheap as well. Like the ones I had in Belgium were like greasy, like really cheap sausage, but this was actually quite a nice one with like mustard and onions. Everywhere, literally the street food here is even good as well. It's a lot of the time of day. It's like evening, the sun's setting on the top of the building. It's our last night here. It's an early start tomorrow because we've got to wake up at like 7 AM because our flight to Oslo is at like 9:15. But we're going to go to the Tivoli Gardens later on for dinner. If Copenhagen is anything to go by, Oslo should be another incredible city. That's the second person that's thought I'm famous, because some guy just came up to me and he just asked me if I'm a YouTuber. I said sort of, but it's quite nice because people think that you're more famous than you are, which is quite nice. So back on my ones tonight, gonna try go to the gardens, get some dinner, maybe get a drink or something around the area. But looking forward to seeing what the gardens are like because it's quite famous and most people who come to Copenhagen visit, even my grandma's gone to the Tivoli Gardens, so if my nan's gone, surely I have to go, but I can't lie, I'm liking the fit right now. Alright, we're now inside the Tivoli Gardens. It's pretty insane. Behind me is the main palace inside, and it's beautiful. It's all lit up at night. It looks like the Taj Mahal, but on a much smaller scale. And then because it's Halloween, it's like all Halloween themed. I'm glad I came because that is just something else. The view behind me. I'm just gonna walk around for a bit, get some photos, and again, if you're not following the Instagram account, that's where the photos will be on. They'll be on at Harry Nelson Travel. Alright, so I've just looked at the weather on the weather app. It's 4 degrees. Like, I'm absolutely freezing. My hands are gone numb. Like, oh, I'm so cold. I've got like a 15-minute walk home. I shouldn't have worn my puffer, but it was a style over comfort because the puffer didn't go with the outfit. Now I'm literally just walking home, absolutely freezing.